Do you think when you leave, a narcissist will suffer, regret, and realize their mistakes? Wrong. They don't grieve losing you. They rage over losing control. They never loved you. They only loved how they could manipulate you. And when you walk away, what they crave most isn't love, but a chance to pull you back, to prove that they can still make you kneel. In this video, I will expose the truth about what a narcissist truly wants when you cut ties. From attention and power to their desperate attempts to come back. It's all just a toxic psychological game. If you want to break free for good, don't miss a second of this video, because if you don't understand, you might fall into their trap again. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like if you're new here. It helps me keep bringing you more valuable content. When you cut off a narcissist, the first thing they crave is your attention. For them, nothing is more terrifying than being forgotten. A narcissist cannot exist independently. They need an audience, someone to react to them, whether positively or negatively. Have you ever noticed that when you were in a relationship with them, everything revolved around them? Your emotions, your thoughts, even your reactions were controlled by how they behaved. They could make you feel elated with fake compliments, only to immediately crush you with criticism and psychological manipulation. This wasn't random, it was a calculated strategy to keep you under their control. But when you leave, they can't stand it. Your absence is a brutal blow to their ego. They will never admit it, but the truth is, they despise the feeling of not being able to control your emotions anymore. So what will they do? They will try to trigger a reaction from you in every way possible. They might send apologetic messages, pretending to regret everything, hoping you'll return. If that doesn't work, they might switch to attack mode, spreading rumors, bad-mouthing you, or even playing the victim to make you feel guilty. They don't care if you love or hate them, as long as you still care. The more you react, the more they win. Every time you get angry, argue, or try to explain yourself, you are showing them that they still have an impact on you. That is their lifeline, the confirmation that they still control your emotions. The only way to win? Don't respond. Don't answer their messages. Don't explain. Don't argue. They may scream, cry, and blame you, but if you completely cut off their supply of attention, they will gradually lose their power. And that is what they hate the most. When you cut ties with a narcissist, what drives them insane isn't just the loss, it's the powerlessness they feel when they can no longer control you. They never loved you. They loved the power they had over you. While you were with them, you were nothing more than a puppet. They pulled the strings, and you danced. They knew how to make you happy, and they also knew how to destroy you with a single sentence. They were used to dictating how you should feel, what you should think, and even what you should do. But now, you've cut the strings. And that makes them furious. A narcissist never accepts losing control. They don't see your departure as a normal breakup. To them, it's betrayal. How dare you leave? How dare you make your own decisions? That doesn't fit their worldview, and they will do anything to reclaim that power. They may pretend not to care, but don't be fooled. Deep down, they are raging at losing their prey. They might try to lure you back, not because they miss you, but because they need to prove they can still control you. And if they can't get you back, they will try to destroy you. They'll smear your reputation, spread vicious rumors, and tell everyone you were the toxic one. Why? Because they can't stand the idea that you walked away without consequences. If you truly want to escape a narcissist, you must take away the one thing they crave most: power over you. Don't argue, don't explain. Don't try to make them understand. They don't care about the truth. They only care about whether they can still manipulate you. Every time you react, whether it's with anger, sadness, or frustration, you are giving them exactly what they want. And if you keep doing that, they will never stop coming after you. The only way to win? Silence. Disappear. Don't give them a single opportunity to feel like they still have a hold on you. Because when a narcissist realizes they have no power over you anymore, that's when you are truly free. If this video made you think, hit like now. Comment below, how have you applied Stoicism in your life? Stoic success, unbreakable mindset, total control. A narcissist cannot define their own worth. They only feel important when someone reacts to them. When you were in the relationship, you were their mirror, reflecting the image they wanted to see. They wanted to feel powerful, desirable, intelligent, important, and they used you to validate that. But when you leave, they lose their source of validation, and that terrifies them. A normal person who gets left might feel sad, hurt, even angry. But eventually, they accept it and move on. A narcissist cannot do that. They cannot handle the reality that you walked away and are living just fine without them. That completely shatters their self-image, that they are special, irreplaceable, and deserving of worship. Your decision to cut them off is a direct attack on their fragile ego. They will do anything to regain that validation. They might smear your name, spinning a story where they are the victim and you are the villain. They might tell mutual friends that you betrayed them, that you weren't good enough, that you'll regret leaving. They don't do this because they actually believe it. They do it to protect their fragile ego. If they can convince others that you were the problem, then they don't have to face the painful truth that they're not being worshipped anymore. Some narcissists go even further. They might try to get you back just to prove they can. They might pretend to be remorseful, whisper sweet apologies, even beg for a second chance. But don't be fooled. They're not coming back because they love you. They're coming back to test whether they can still manipulate you. And if you let them in, they'll play with you a little longer, only to discard you again, this time with the satisfaction of knowing they won. The only way to break this cycle? Stop giving them validation. Don't reply to their messages. Don't engage in gossip. Don't explain yourself. Let them figure out how to fill the void you left behind. And when they realize there's nothing left to take from you, they'll be forced to find a new supply. That's when you are truly free. When you cut ties with a narcissist, you might expect them to feel angry, hurt, or even sad. But the truth is, they don't process emotions the way normal people do. They're not upset because they lost you. They're enraged because they lost control. And when a narcissist feels powerless, they don't retreat quietly. They do everything they can to pull you back into chaos. A narcissist needs chaos the way a monster needs to feed. When you leave, they can't stand the silence. They can't accept that you've moved on, that you're doing better, that you're happier without them. That shatters their fragile ego. And if they can't lure you back with sweet words or emotional manipulation, they'll resort to destruction. This is when they start smearing your name, spreading lies, and even creating entirely fabricated stories about you. They might try to paint you as the villain in their narrative. They could reach out to mutual friends, family, coworkers, or even your new partner, if you have one, to plant false narratives. To them, if they can't keep you, they won't let you leave in peace. If they still have any influence over you, they will exploit it to pull you back in. They might manufacture fake emergencies to force you to pay attention. They might pretend to be struggling, claiming they need your help, that they've changed. They might suddenly show up at places you frequent, text you at unexpected times, or send cryptic messages designed to make you doubt your decision. Their goal isn't to win you back out of love or regret. Their goal is to drag you back into the chaos. They know that if they can get you emotionally entangled again, you'll lose the clarity you had when you chose to walk away. They want you exhausted, confused, and drained, because in that state, you are easier to manipulate. The only way to fight back? Refuse to let them affect you. Don't let their lies make you anxious. Don't react to their provocations. Don't waste time trying to prove anything to anyone. Your silence is their greatest punishment. They want you angry, hurt, and desperate to respond. Don't give them that. When a narcissist fails to create chaos in your life, they are forced to find a new supply. And that's when you are truly free. A narcissist never truly accepts losing a good source of supply. When you leave, they don't see it as the end. They see it as a pause, a challenge that they need to overcome to regain control. And that is why many people, after escaping a narcissist, find them coming back, whether after a few weeks, a few months, or even a few years. They might come back in a subtle way, like a simple message. Hey, how have you been? Or I just saw something that reminded me of you, hope you're doing well. But make no mistake, this is not genuine concern. This is a trap. They don't actually miss you, they just want to test whether you are still easy to manipulate. If you don't respond or reject them, they might change their strategy. They might pretend to be remorseful, saying they have realized their mistakes and want to make things right. They might cry, beg, even promise that things will be different this time. But a narcissist does not change. They are just good at acting. Every promise is just a means to bring you back under their control. Once you return, they will quickly go back to their true self, and this time they will make sure that you can't escape as easily. But if sweet words don't work, they might turn cruel. They might suddenly disappear, leaving you wondering what happened. They might start dating someone else and deliberately flaunt it to make you jealous. They might spread rumors, badmouth you, or even come back to get revenge. Their goal is not to have a healthy relationship with you. Their goal is to keep you trapped in their game. They cannot stand the fact that you have truly left and are living a better life without them. That is a direct blow to their fragile ego, and they will do whatever it takes to pull you back, just to prove that they still can. The only way to win? Never open that door again. Don't respond to their messages. Don't believe their apologies. Don't let nostalgia trick you. A narcissist never comes back because of love. They come back because they want to continue their game. And you deserve a life that is no longer controlled by anyone but yourself. Now you know what a narcissist wants when you leave. But the real question is, will you give it to them, or will you choose freedom? Cutting ties with a narcissist is not just about ending a relationship. It is a battle to regain control over your own life. They will not let you go easily, not because they love you, but because they need you to maintain their illusion of greatness. They crave your attention because without it, they become invisible. They seek to regain control because being abandoned makes them feel small and powerless. They look for validation because without you, they have no one to reflect the idealized image they want to believe about themselves. They create chaos because they cannot tolerate the peace you have when they are no longer in your life. And in the end, they always try to come back because they never accept losing. But you are no longer a pawn in their game. You have a choice. Either stay trapped in their cycle of manipulation or step out of it and reclaim your freedom. A narcissist cannot exist without someone to manipulate. When you stop reacting, they lose their power. When you refuse to go back, they are forced to find a new source of supply. Remember, the best revenge is not hatred, but living a life where they no longer have any influence over you. And that starts with your decision to never go back. Thank you for being here. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can spread positivity together.